Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, love the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up, good morning, happy Monday. Right now, S&Ps are up 15, Dow is up 170, NASDAQ up 71. I mean, I don't know. it's like insane. You know what I mean? Like, that was crazy. A crazy night. What's going on, Jeff, Mr. Morris, Joshua, Mason, Rodney? How we doing? Lucas? How we doing this fine Monday morning? Yeah, we had a big swing in the futures last night. I mean, that was down 300, then up 300, and then down 300 again. As you can see, watching the S&Ps last night, I mean, it was just crazy. We gapped down to 2890 area, ripped all the way up to 3025, came back down to 2900. Yo, Ramsey, what's going on? I mean, we haven't seen volatility like this in a long time, and I think that it's obviously it's not good for the markets, but for options traders, I mean, this is the time. This is it for options traders. If you're holding stock and stuff, stockholders, 401k holders, those kind of things, not so good. But what I like to say is, if you have a long-term portfolio, and what I'm doing now, if I have a long-term portfolio, I'm leaving the portfolio alone and trading the options. That's the nice thing about options trading, because you can set your long-term targets for your long-term targets, and whatever happens between now and then is fair game for the options. But that being said, volatility is going to be a little bit crazy. It's going to force the Fed is going to want to intervene, and I honestly think that they possibly foresaw this. Daniel, what's going on? I think the Fed foresaw that this was going to happen in the market, is why they were cutting. When we were at all-time highs, you guys remember this? When we were all-time highs, the Fed was cutting rates. And we were like, why are you cutting rates? Why are you pumping money back into the market while we're at all-time highs? And I think they were trying to prevent something like this from happening. I think they foresaw that the price action is going to be like this, and I think they were trying to prevent it. But I don't think they obviously they have no control. And even we're gonna have a lot of speculation headlines. Obviously, it says unthinkable a few weeks ago, Wall Street sees a chance of rates falling as low as 0 this year, which, I mean, 0 is the bottom unless they go negative, right? JP Morgan says we can get there. A lot of people think that we can get there. I mean, if we keep dropping, the Fed is going to want to intervene. Fed, I heard, putting in 6 to 8 billion. Yeah, I don't think 6 to 8 billion is really going to help the situation here. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I mean, just the SPY right now, SPY went above 300, 302, 301, and it dipped down to 290 again. So we're having $10 swings on SPY, which is crazy. Now they're pushing it up. I mean, I would definitely be careful and very mindful of what's happening. And like, if you guys watched my video from last night, when I did the video, the futures ripped up to they were up to 2980 area. I didn't get this second leg in here. When I did the video last night, I was right in here, and it looking like it was going to dip after we had a massive rally, and it pushed, as you can see here, it pushed one last time before selling off over 100 points on the S&P. I mean, it's just crazy. So last night or yesterday, Florida Florida declared a state of emergency. I guess they found out that 2 people have coronavirus there. So I don't know. In Illinois and Chicago, we've had 2 coronavirus patients as well that have been released, but we haven't declared a state of emergency. So I don't know what Florida knows. What I don't know. What's going on, Eric Carl? How you doing? Getting into some of my trades right now. I did have a very small position last night. I did short the S&P futures. I had a vertical call spread. I was short the 2970 call, long the 2975, and that actually filled this morning about 6 a.m. Central Time for 50% profit. So, new case in Arlington Heights? Really? That's not good. That's not good. Let me check that out. Corona. Oh man. You're right. You were right. New case in Arlington Heights. So if you guys don't know, Arlington Heights is a suburb. It's a suburb in outside of Chicago, northwest of Chicago, and the last 2 patients were also in the northwest suburbs as well. So just be, yikes. So, all right. Well, we're gonna keep an eye on the situation. Looks like it's getting bad. It's getting bad here in the Chicago area. And the weird thing is that these patients are all out in the suburbs instead of in the city. I was downtown yesterday. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, should I be downtown right now? All these people. I mean, downtown was packed yesterday because we had a 60 degree day, which is crazy. Live in Bentonville, working in Lombard. I went to Greek Islands last night in Lombard. Took the wife out, but yeah, I mean, just crazy. So my call spread filled, and I'm actually short. I'm short the VIX for April though. I have 43 days on this. I'm April 15th expiration, up 15% on it right now. Cost me $1.40 on the VIX right now. Let me see here where that order is. Yeah, $1.40. So I'm short the VIX for April. Looks like VIX is coming down pretty nicely now as long as we can rally. I mean, it opened up around 34 and went all up to 44. It had a $10 swing already. So guys, just be careful. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. I don't know what to say. I mean, the market's gonna do what it's gonna do, but I just hope that they kind of figure this out. I'm praying for summer to get here quick because before this thing gets too crazy, because we want the, they're saying peak summer. It's gonna be harder for the virus to spread. So we'll see what happens. I mean. The things that are in play right now. So Carnival was down 7%. Delta, American, all travel stocks. Just be mindful. Travel stocks. Royal. What was it? Royal Caribbean. And they got slaughtered. Disney. We have to be careful of. A couple things for Disney that I was thinking of is people are not going to be wanting to sit in a movie theater while people are coughing and being confined spaces. So Disney has that Onward movie coming out next week because my son wants to see it, and they're that they're going to be hurt there. I think the theater numbers, so like AMC, those numbers are going to be down, and Disney's going to be down due to traffic to their parks and all travel. I mean, they get a lot of revenue from the parks, their resorts, from the movies, so they're exposed. I mean, thank God they have Disney Plus, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be. That's only a very small percentage of their revenue right now. Disney World was packed last week. We'll see. We'll see, Ben. We'll see now that Florida has declared a state of emergency. I think I would rather go to Disneyland than Disney World, because Disney World, you basically are on. I went to Disney World last year for the first time in a long time, and you're basically on this island. You got to take a boat or the train there, monorail, whatever they want to call it. You got to take the boat or the monorail there, and you're on this island, and you can't really leave effectively. I mean, it's not good. LA, Disneyland, way better. You can walk in and walk out like a normal human being. You're not going to be stuck there. But I think people aren't canceling their trips yet. I mean, my parents are going to Florida in a few weeks, so I'm trying to get them to stop to not go, but they're not listening. Anyone else worried that this upward pre-market swing crashes right before the bell? Yeah, I mean, for right now, what I'm doing is just watching the price action. I mean, the problem is, I think, for the bulls, is that any news piece that comes out right now. So we right now have casualties, worldwide casualties, that is over 3,000 people infected, over 80,000, and any news piece that comes out negative regarding this, the market and the algos are going to react to it. So I'm going to be very careful if I'm going to play calls. I haven't played the call side of things. I haven't played long. I guess the only long position I have is VIX, but it's long term, so we'll see what happens. Hoping this thing dies down. I said I was going to short VIX when it hit 50, and VIX did hit 49.48. So I kept my word. but that's the thing. Also, you want to, if you're shorting. I was short the 29.70 call, 29.75 call spread, and we're now at 29.72. So just because you're up money doesn't mean you're going to continue making money. I would be down money right now if I held. I sold off. I sold on here. I mean, I was down some money when it spiked up, but I was sleeping, thankfully. And then I made the money on the way down. But that's why right now what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to have too many overnight holds. I'm going to be playing hot potato with my holdings. I'm not going to try to push. People were actually commenting on my videos over the weekends, like, hey, I noticed you've been doing call spreads. Why are you taking them off? Why don't you just let them expire worthless? The reason why is because the risk is too high. And now if I were to hold, I would be down money right now at 29.71. So when we're having 100-point swings on the S&P, 800 to 1,000 point swings on the Dow, you don't know which way it's going to go at sometimes. I mean, it doesn't make sense that it would rip up and then sell off 100 points and then rip back up. It doesn't make any sense. Yo, Keith, still love you, man. So you just want to take, I always say this, take profits and redeploy capital. I mean, and now is more than ever. Traders, I mean, yes, we can make a lot of money. We can make a lot of money in this volatility. We had a really good week last week. I mean, I ended Friday with a 500% winner. But you don't want to push it to the edge. You don't want to push it to the limit, because people that were trading SPY last week that were like, oh, I'm going to let my stuff expire worthless. I'm going to let my calls expire worthless. Saw a $10 pump the last 15 minutes of market open or market close. Last 15 minutes of market close, SPY pumped $10 in the last 15 minutes. Yo, Rob, what's going on? Saeed, if you're just joining, say what up. Do me a favor, hit the like button. So I've really scaled back. I mean, I really have no overnight holds. I've really scaled back. I'm risking a few hundred, maybe $500 at a time. I'm not trying to go nuts, but right now, 500 play, 200 play is going to net you 100, 200%. Now I don't feel comfortable all the time holding that. I mean, I like taking profits at 50%, 30% for day trades. You just got to be careful. You know what I mean? You just got to be really careful. Tesla Vehicles has that super cabin, keeps the virus out. Yeah. Yeah. What was his name? Yeah, Jack Jack Welch, former CEO of GE, died this morning, 84. So I mean, I think that the volatility is going to be good for options traders, but you're gonna have to learn how to control yourself. I mean, I follow a lot of well-known traders on Twitter that have been trading for 20, 30, 40 years, and some of them lost really big last week, really, really, really big. And I'm talking about six figures, blowing up accounts. And if you think that you know better than the market, if you think that it doesn't matter what your experience level is, you could be at any experience level and still blow up your account. So, in times like this, you think that you can handle it, and you might. I'm really thankful that I had a very profitable week last week. I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but it could go either direction, and that's why you don't when you see heightened volatility. It doesn't mean you need to go back in. You need to scale back risk and deploy the right setups. Deploy your capital for the right setups. NH, Richard, good earnings from Friday. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, it's only $2 stock. It's a penny stock. Also, over the weekend, Trump and Pence, they had another press conference, and they specifically called out ordering 40 million masks from 3M. Right now, 3M's at the bottom of the range, but it could get a pop, I think, to 160 or so, possibly. So I'm going to be looking for a play in possibly 3M, because they're ordering masks, and they said they're going to order more masks from other vendors, but they specifically called out 3M. I don't know if he was supposed to do that or not, or what the deal was with that, but it was kind of weird because he specifically called out 3M, Also, with the heightened volatility, if you have like a small account, like $100, $500, $1,000 or less than that, you want to be careful because your risk has increased. So your account balance has stayed the same during this volatility, but options have gotten quadruple the price of what they were 2 weeks ago. So you're probably thinking you're having a hard time finding a play because if we just go to a SPY and we go to for today's expiration, if we're looking at that, these close at $5 on, let's see here, where did it close at yesterday? So it closed at $2.98. So it closed at $2.98. So these were going for $4, $5 on Friday, at the money, in the money, near the money. So the 310s were going for 75 cents. So if you have a small account, you want to be careful because your account balance stayed the same. You still have a small account, but the option prices quadrupled in price. So you want to be careful about how much capital that you deploy right now because everything got way more expensive. Ramsey, can I give you a good option play for SPY? Right now, I'm going to be watching the price action. Obviously, I'm watching this area that it is right now because it did get rejected a few times here at 297 area. However, it did rip up to 302, 301 last night. So we just want to, right now, I'm going to be sitting, watching. I'm going to be shorting any weakness, and I'm going to not be playing too long term. So I'm going to be playing near the money. I don't want to be stuck in a trade overnight because right now anything can happen. If I am going to get stuck on a trade overnight, I think I would prefer to be short right now. However, due to how fast the market crashed, we could have a couple of green days. I mean, we could pop up to 305, 310. We could. We experienced some volatility like this back in 2018. If we go back to 2018, let me show you here. So when we had the market crash, I don't want to say crash, the market drop. We had in 2018, we had a major market drop, and then we went up for like 4 days, and then we crashed again, and then we went up, and we crashed again. So just be mindful that not every day is going to be red, not every day is going to be green, and that you just need to use your own judgment on your entries. You need to be careful. just because we're in a downtrend doesn't mean we're not going to have a green day. We could very well have a green day. We could have 1,000-point green day. I mean, chances are not good because it takes the bulls longer for it to go up versus for it to go down. And even if you look at 2018, these bars here, look at these massive red candles and look at the little tiny green candles. So, what takes the bulls one day, the bears one day took the bulls like 4 days. If you go to today, what took the bulls 4 months took the bears 5 days. So what took the bulls 160 days, 150 days or whatever, took the bears 4 or 5 days. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that are getting lucky in the market. There's a lot of people that are just throwing money into puts and stuff like that. I mean, that'll work for some time, but once the volatility dries up, all those people's profits are going to go away because a lot of people think that the amount of money that they're making today is going to continue, and this is not going to be forever. So make the money while you can, but don't presume that the level of money that you're making, I mean, options are not going to be making 9,000% every single day. So just be mindful of that. We've had a week of extreme volatility where the options were extremely underpriced, and they're gonna, if the volatility stays up like this, they're gonna start pricing them right. So just be mindful, and more people are gonna get screwed. The reason why a lot of us are winning is because the option pricing was so underpriced. Now, if you were shorting credit spreads, naked calls, naked puts, which I definitely don't recommend in this time, you just saw a quadruple loss or 100% loss because those options, even far out of the money. I mean, when I was shorting ES last night, even though it dropped down, from 29.80 down to 29.50, I was only up like 10% because that premium crush didn't happen, and premium crush isn't happening the way that it used to. It used to, because now implied volatility is higher, and when the down moves happen, implied volatility goes even higher. So if I could just get one of those 9,000 returns, I think Ramsey, I think we should just set a goal for just getting a little fraction of it. You don't want to get it's impossible to get the whole thing unless you get lucky. I've gotten lucky a few times where I've timed the bottom perfectly, timed the top perfectly, but that's like 1 out of 2,000 trades. You know what I mean? To get that. Things happen. A couple of years, was it 2018? I had a 5,000% gainer on Tesla, and the reason why is because they changed the earnings date to be that week that I was trading, and I had a bunch of options versus the next week. So it was crazy. So that was purely luck. You have no control. So debit or credit. So I am Richard. So I am probably doing some day of expiration spreads on S&P futures. I'll probably be trading that direction. I turned $42 into $4,200 last week. 10,000% is possible, just a freaky event. Yeah, I'm just saying that if you keep pushing the envelope like that, Rob, eventually it's not going to work and you're going to start having some losses. So, a 10,000% gain in a week is not average. It's not likely that trend's going to continue. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we all got paid a lot of money last week, but we need to be mindful of where we're at, we need to, just because our accounts, we've all seen our accounts go up and we've all seen our accounts go down. On massive winners, massive losers. So you just want to be safe. And if you don't trust yourself, take some of that money out. Take some money out of that account. Protect yourself from yourself. Going into earnings, we have retailers which are probably going to struggle. Target, Kohl's, Nordstrom, Costco. Costco's probably going to be the best bet, honestly. Kroger, not too excited about that. I would look into Target, Kohl's. We have Tilray after hours today. Target, Kohl's, maybe. Costco. Man, they're really ramping up these futures before open here. Tesla moving sharply this morning. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla's rebounding back up about 700. I mean, that hit 611 all the way up to 687. You know, you just wanna be careful. I thought they were gonna maybe open flat today, but it looks like they're gonna ramp these up. Let's see if they push the S&P up to 3,000 area. What stocks you guys want to look at? We have 5 minutes to open. Any stocks you guys are looking at before we open? If you guys can do me the favor, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. I want to thank you guys for all the support you guys and love you guys been showing. And you guys are definitely supportive. FSTV. FSTVX, or is it FSTV? And it's not a ticker that's coming up. FTSV? FTSV, did you mean? $47. I don't know. I actually don't know what this company does, but yeah, they ripped from $5 up to 93. I've never heard of these guys. Let's see here. 47 Inc. Okay, 47 Inc. clinical stage. Gilead's gonna buy them for 4.9 billion. So it's a buyout. So they're buying this company. I generally don't like to buy buyouts after it's happened, because it's already happened. You know, that news has already happened. But yeah, that's crazy that happened. But I guess you could have definitely been in here on the crazy price action. But I generally don't trade. I don't generally trade the buyouts after they've been announced, and I generally don't like to buy buyout rumors, because it could take a long time. Fortunately for them, for stockholders, investors, they actually got paid rather quickly on that. All right, let's see what these guys are doing. ABBV. Yeah, they had a nice. Let me actually bring this back to the 1 year chart. They had a nice bounce here at 80. Was that right now? $86. So this could definitely see a bounce back up to 90. I think Diz will close Parks here. I think that they're probably thinking about it. I think if Disney closes Parks in the U.S., it's going to be like last ditch effort. I think that we're going to need a few thousand cases here in the U.S., which I'm not saying we don't. We might already have, but we're not doing testing. And now that testing has begun for the coronavirus in the U.S. and is going to be more well known. Disney, if Disney closes their parks, it's going to be a disaster for Disney. It's going to be a disaster. Yeah, Twitter's pumping on. So I don't know if you guys saw the news. Who was the guy that he's trying to throw Jack Dorsey out? Basically, we get the news here. So Twitter is pumping. Elliott Management taking control. He's nominated 4 board members, and he's trying to get Jack Dorsey out as CEO, and Twitter is responding to that. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know, but it did have a nice bounce here at 32, but I would be very cautious going long Twitter. Very, 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 very cautious. I mean, this has been in a downtrend. You know, they had good earnings, but this has been in a downtrend, you know, before the sell-off. You know, we had a massive sell-off from 39 to 32, but hit a high of 45. So I would just be mindful that they're trying to shake things up at Twitter. Doesn't mean that the stock is doing any better, but they're going to try to get Jack Dorsey out of being a CEO, which is insane. insane. All right, market just open. Oxy for this week. Let's see here. Oh, XY. Yeah, I mean, this looks it looks dangerous. It looks dangerous. Any oil stocks right now, I think are dangerous. If especially if China is not consuming as much oil as they usually do, I would be very 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 cautious on buying any oil. I was thinking about buying oil. It's down to $46 a barrel right now. It hit 43. Could bounce back, but just be careful. Just be careful. Looks like they're trying to make a run here at open. 298, trying to make a run at 300. I mean, this is crazy. CNBC's pumping out the alerts. VIX is dropping, which is good for my position. But yeah, you want to be careful if you want to go long oil right now, especially if news reports come out saying China consumption is slowed or is at a standstill. Warehouses are not manufacturing warehousing is not pumping out the production. I mean, we're gonna be in trouble. So just be careful of the news, guys. They're going to be the media. Unfortunately, loves the coronavirus and love the coronavirus news because it's good for clicks, it's good for advertising, it's good for people getting traffic to their channel, to their website. So just be mindful. Just be mindful. So be careful. I'm gonna let you guys get to trading. Stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.